In a time long ago, in the land of Israel, a young boy named David rose to become one of the greatest heroes in biblical history. But David's journey to greatness was not an easy one. It began with a battle no one expected. David was the youngest son of Jesse, a humble shepherd who spent his days watching over the flocks. Though young and often overlooked, David's heart was full of courage and faith. Meanwhile, in the land of Israel, a dark cloud hung over the nation. The mighty Philistine army had gathered for war, and they had a champion, a giant named Goliath. Goliath, a warrior unlike any other, stood over 9 feet tall. He was a terrifying giant who challenged the Israelites day after day, mocking their God and demanding a single warrior to face him in combat. But no one was brave enough to accept the challenge. King Saul, the leader of Israel, and all his soldiers were paralyzed by fear. None dared to confront the giant. But little did they know, a young shepherd boy was about to change everything. David had come to the battlefield to deliver food to his older brothers. When he heard Goliath's challenge, something stirred in his heart. He could not stand by while the mighty Goliath mocked the living God. David said, "Let no one be discouraged by this Philistine. I will go and fight him." At first, Saul did not believe that a young boy like David could defeat such a giant, but David insisted. David recounted, "God gave me the strength to defeat the lion and the bear. He will give me the strength to defeat this Philistine as well." Saul, seeing David's unwavering faith, agreed to let him go. But before David faced Goliath, Saul offered him his own armor. Yet David refused. The armor was too heavy for him. David, armed only with his faith in God and a simple sling, stepped forward to face the giant. Goliath, looking down at David, scoffed. David said with a booming voice, "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? Come to me, and I will feed your flesh to the birds of the air and the beasts of the field." Yet David, with boldness, spoke back, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. Today the Lord will deliver you into my hands." David placed a stone in his sling, focused his aim, and with a single shot he launched it toward the giant. The stone whizzes through the air, striking Goliath in the forehead. Goliath stumbles, falls to the ground with a loud thud. In an instant the giant fell. Goliath, the mighty warrior, was defeated by the power of God and the faith of a young boy. David's faith and courage inspired the Israelite army. With God's help, they defeated the Philistines that day. And so David's journey had begun. He would go on to become king, a man after God's own heart, and a leader who would guide Israel to greatness. David's story reminds us that no challenge is too great when we trust in God. With faith, courage, and a heart devoted to God, even the impossible becomes possible.